And welcome back, folks. We're going to continue our look at Capo 2. So still torn on the idea of a puppet show versus a haunted house. But, yeah. Let's see. I mentioned the visuals are considerably better in this game. The character designs, I mean, there's always a preference sort of deal in that, of course, but, you know, generally there's just so much color in this game, and, you know, it really is beautiful. So they're trying to placate Yoshiyuki here and get him to give in to the idea of a puppet show. But Suginami will have none of it. Oh, Wataru changed his mind. Oh, man. So I'm thinking I'll at least go through here doing this until all of the heroines are introduced, which I think will at least be until all the characters are introduced. So this will be probably at least 4 videos of me doing this. Yeah, but I'm not going to let all the voice files play out or anything. This isn't, you know, I'm not trying to just give the game. It's just, you know, hey, here, take a look at it, and here's what I think. Unfortunately, the audio capture for this program I'm using is really poor. Like, the audio quality is bad. The video capture quality is pretty good. It drops some frames, but like, I just actually previewed the last video that I recorded before I started this one, and my gosh, the music doesn't sound anywhere near as good as it does. So, you know, I apologize for the audio quality of the game in the background. I mean, it's good enough to where it gets the idea across, but rest assured that, you know, it's at a much higher bit rate. You know, both the audio of the voice actors and actresses as well as the music. So that's not indicative of how the actual game sounds. Uh-oh. Of course we're the last one. What else would we be? It's because we're the protagonist of a Bishoujo game. Of course. Doshio Suginami. Uh-oh. That look. Oh god, what do we do? See, this is the point where if I were playing normally, we would do this bit. Save. And we would do this. But we're not actually going to use that save. So, I don't know. I think, you know, we're Yoshiyuki. He's a slacker at heart. I think we go for the haunted house. What you don't know when you're making this decision is that decision determines which 3 heroines you'll be able to pursue. It actually effectively locks out the other 3 heroines from you being able to pursue them. So, I don't know, I won't go into detail as to, you know, who you can get and who it locks out. Of course, if we reach the map screen before too long, which I think we will, you'll be able to see the characters on there anyway that you can interact with. And the other ones you straight up just can't interact with on the map. I think it's a deal where you need enough, you need to have interacted with the character you're pursuing, at least enough for them to not just shoot you down. I don't know for that for a fact, because, you know, naturally, in true Bishoujo game fashion, you effectively stalk the person that you're pursuing. And by that I just mean that whenever there's a choice to be made, you take their side, and you basically go wherever they are, because it's like, hey, we want your scenario. Whew, need a drink. There we go. So I've always been curious about a kotatsu. You know, being a guy that has always lived in America and, you know, never been to Japan, I've always thought the kotatsu was a really neat thing. I'm like, what a great idea! Because when I was a kid, I actually remember we had the vents on the floor, actually. So in the winter, I would sort of curl up in front of one of the vents in the main room, and I would, you know, bunch my feet together and put my hands right over my feet and, oh, just warm up my hands and feet and just kind of sit there and bake for a while. It was great. Just kind of like curling up in front of a fire, but, you know, the heat would just go straight into me, so, oh, it was just fantastic. I hate the cold. But at the same time, summer sucks too. I live in the South. And so, as anyone in the South knows, it gets really freaking humid down here. And that is the worst kind of heat. When you step outside and you're wearing a short sleeve shirt, and you're not even out in the sun yet, you're in the shade, and you're sweating within a minute of being outside just because the air is so sticky, that's how you know it's too humid. Much, much too humid. Of course, it's not summer yet. Spring actually just begun, but, oh, pollen's already out. Got yellow all over the cars. I'm like, oh, yep, it's this time of year again. Bugs are coming out. But, you know, at the same time, you can go out at night, at least most days, without a jacket, so that's nice. So for anyone who played the original to Capo, we're about to see a familiar face. What? Oh, she hadn't aged since Junichi met her in the last game. Why would she have aged between that game and this game, right? Yoshino Sakura-san. So in this game, as they're saying right now, she's the principal of this academy. She's really gone up in the world. So, can you imagine if your principal for your school was a girl who looked like that? How could you take anything she says seriously? Like, I mean, you know, you don't want to totally let appearances cloud your way of thinking, but holy crap. She looks like she's like 11 or something. And no, Sakura is not a heroine in this game. She's just another side character. She is important, though, to the story. So, for anyone who likes Sakura, you'll still have her around. Oh, that's such a Genki voice. So over the past couple of years, I've really embraced my nerddom. Like, I mean, I've always been a nerd, but I'd always, you know, kind of try to shy away from it. You know, and it isn't like I go out in public and I'm like, woo! I love video games, and I do reviews on YouTube, or anything like that, but, you know, it's not something that I really try to avoid anymore. It's just like, yeah, whatever, you know. Because whatever you find fun, man, that's what you gotta do in life. That's why work sucks. Alright. Uh-oh. Sweet alone time with Suiginami coming up. Not sure I like where this is going. Oh man, listening to Suiginami is so fun. Of course those two would gossip about it. Oh no, Coco is a yaoi fan. Yeah, you know. Whatever makes you happy, Coco. What are they thinking anyway? Okay. Let's follow him. So, you can't really tell too much from, you know, the little tunes you got in the background, particularly considering that the audio is so bad with the recording software I'm using. But the music in the game is quite catchy. Naturally, most of the heroines, in fact all the heroines, have their own little themes, and then they have a little, you know, sort of slower version of that theme, and in general they're quite good. The title music theme for the game I love. It's fantastic. Only Suginami would just happen upon a cave in the middle of the woods. No trespassing sign. So, considering there is, we should naturally go inside, right? Lunch. Sakurai! I gotta say, man, lunch, or this fabulous spot, I gotta go with the stupid protagonist on this one. Lunch is awesome. I skip breakfast most of the time, but you gotta have lunch. Sometimes lunch can even substitute dinner. Oh. Gave in, Yoshiyuki. Yeah, touch the barbed wire. Duh. Come on, Yoshiyuki. You don't carry wire cutters in your pants. Every man should. But yeah, I mean, the game is just so silly, but I mean, you know, it's... Who cares, right? It's just, it doesn't take itself seriously, so to take it seriously would just make you look like the jackass, right? So, they're during their lunch break, and Suginami's like, hey, come with me. So you wander down, he leads you to a cave, you don't question him until you're through the woods and at the cave entrance. And then he says, there's clearly a secret inside. And you say, okay, let's go in and check it out. Great. Oh, but you know, it's so simple, and you just accept what it throws at you. And if you do, I mean, it's just fun. It's got a charm to it. You know, Suginami, like his the appeal of his character is readily apparent. I mean, his voice actor adds so much to the character, which is already just ridiculous. He hasn't even changed. He's got basically the same appearance, just with the sort of updated art style, I guess, of what they would have Suginami look like. So Suginami, like Sakura, has not changed a bit. I guess he's got a sharper face and stuff, but that can't be like Suginami's son Suginami, right? Like that, nah, it's just Suginami. Suginami is Suginami. That much is clear. Uh-oh, we found something. Our first encounter. Uh-oh, I think I gotta cut off the video here, guys. Thanks for watching, and tune into the next video.